Good evening, everyone. This is the second part. It's still February 2nd, Friday, 2024. The time is 5:01 p.m. and it's -2, -3 degrees, but it's still very humid and the wind has picked up, so it's gonna get colder. I just saw my sister. She's doing well. Her morale is good. She has a lot of recovery to do. I mean, breaking your leg in multiple places and having some screws and metal pieces put in there to hold everything together is not an easy thing. So yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to talk with this one, so it may just be music. Because I almost said everything I needed to say on my way here. Now I'm riding back to my place, the storage area near my place. The sun is already setting, so it's going to get darker and darker. That's okay. I did put my snow pants on this time just to be a bit warmer because it was getting uncomfortable on my way here earlier today. I did get to charge my battery, so I'm starting at 100%. I'm already at 97, but that's because I'm in the turbo mode, as I call it. And we are on Gouin Boulevard. Lots of potholes on this one. So as I was telling my my sister and my mom, and it's what I've been thinking of for a while, gonna have 3 versions of videos. I think I already said that in the previous one, but in case I did not, I'm saying it again. So I'm gonna have the 30-second YouTube shorts to attract an audience. I'm gonna have a 10 to 15 minute edited versions of my rides to okay, gonna have some gonna have some 10 to 15 minute edited versions of my rides to have something people can watch without getting bored. And I'm going to have these uncut versions that I prefer because that's what I love. So for those who don't mind sitting around for an hour or two, I'm still gonna make those. So it's gonna create a lot of more content. A lot of ice on the side of the road. I gotta be careful. It is rush hour on a Friday. I just remembered. So there's going to be a lot of traffic. So I have to be very aware of what's going on around me right now. I'm using the sidewalk here because there's no more intersections. It's not very residential, although there's a bunch of ice in here and such. But it's safer for me, and there was a big bus letting them pass. But it gets a bit dangerous ahead of me because of a highway entrance and exit. Almost feels like it's more dangerous on the sidewalk than on the road because of the ice. I'm going a bit fast, but whatever. So when I get to the intersection, I'm actually going to wait. Sometimes I wait a long time, because there's no traffic light for quite some time behind me, and most of them turn to get on the highway. Ah, there's no cars. Nice. Pardon me. I like being on Gouin Boulevard for this stretch because the speed limit is 30 kilometers an hour, and I can go slightly faster than that, which means I'm keeping up with traffic, which means I'm not in the way. I'm not blocking traffic by being slow. And I have quick acceleration at the intersection, so when the light turns green, I'm quickly 25 to 50 meters away from them. Let's see what this looks like. It was short and almost not worth it on the way in. Let's see how it is on the way out. A lot more ice than on the road itself, but I'm not in the way of traffic. We'll see. It's a new experience. And this is the weird fucked up part. Blind myself by piercing my eye with one of those sticks. I'm doing a lot more off-road than I should be. That's fine. So it was a sidewalk, not really a bike path. Should have stayed on the road, legally speaking, but whatever. For that little stretch, it doesn't really matter. When it's winter and there's like snow and ice on the sides, it's always, in a sense, tolerated to break certain normal traffic rules for smaller vehicles like mine. This makes sense. I'm gonna have to change helmets at some point for winter, or figure out where I can get replacement visors, because the sun has set. So I should increase my visibility, my vision, not my visibility, so I can see better, because it's darker. What I see is darker than what you see. I'm going to try to put a filter on the video to see if you can see what I see. But it's like wearing a pair of sunglasses at night. I still see the road. I still see, especially when there's lights around and other people's cars, I see what's going on. But it is a shade darker. So there's the distinct possibility of my not seeing difference in textures on the road. Gravel, some certain shadows are hidden. Oh, we're doing good. Plus I'm going fast, so speed is fast. This won't be too long of a ride. The usual hour long video. Getting cold in the hands. I should have brought the second pair of gloves. At least my legs are better. Not cold at all between the legs, which is awesome. So yeah, note to self, wear the snow pants if it's below, say, 10 or 5 degrees Celsius. It makes a big difference. Got a text message from one of my students, colleagues, one of my classmates. There you go. I was looking for the word. I don't know what it says. I'm writing, but I will answer her later. She is an interesting person. Fun to talk to. Really smart. Curious about different things. She shows interests in others, which makes her interesting, which is a great way of being. Very social, very sociable. She's from Asia, Korea, South Korea. And she No, she does speak English and she does speak French, but it's not her first language, nor is it her second, third, or fourth language. It's like her fifth or sixth one. And she was like, you know, not discouraged, but a bit about the fact that looking for work here is going to be difficult because they ask for English. And because we're in the province of Quebec, many times they ask for French. So she does understand the language, she can speak it, but I can understand that it's a broken version of the language. But it's no excuse, and especially in the city of Montreal. In Montreal, we're different from the rest of the province. The rest of the province is very, I'm sorry to say, but very white and very Quebecois, French. Whereas Montreal is all shades of color, and all languages, all backgrounds, all cultures. And there's large Asian communities. There's a big Chinatown in Montreal, which I'm going to go through one day. So she has being able to speak multiple languages, and she in accounting you don't really deal with customers, you just will deal with other office employees. You don't need to have that perfect language. You just need to be able to communicate in that language. So I'm gonna keep giving her words of wisdom, encouraging her, making sure she doesn't get discouraged, because she has a bright future ahead of her. What's wrong with these cars not turning on their lights? I just lifted my visor. I feel the wind in my eyes. It's not the end of the world, but I can see better. But I will put it back down at some point because I'm gonna start crying from the cold wind in my eyes. And I've already brought it back down. I was looking at Harley Davidson's electric motorcycles this morning. I think they call it the LimeWire series of motorcycles. So they actually have a separate website, but if you go on harleydavidson.com and you look for the electric motorcycles, you'll see the electric motorcycles that they have on offer. And they have a good range. They have good speed. Something like 200 kilometers like range and a speed of, well, they say like over 100 miles an hour. So that's about, I don't know, 100, usually it's 1.6, 160 kilometers an hour, but I doubt that it would go to 160 kilometers an hour. But good range. And the lower model, which has a lower range, is something around $10,000. The full range one is around, I think it was like $25,000. So, I mean, I don't have the money now, but in some future, if I continue my exploration of the two wheels riding, I may, you know, prices may drop relatively to what they offer. Efficiency will improve, so they'll get better bikes, maybe more range, maybe quicker charging times, things like that. They'll you know, iron out the quirks. And I'm keeping it on my radar for pure purchase many years from now. I have to start low, so not yet. Letting some of the cars pass by. He was hugging me a bit too much. There's a lot of squeaking on my wheel, but that's fine. I know it's because it's very dirty road right now. It's not the best conditions. to have your lights on, sir. It's a requirement when the sun sets. Fingers are getting cold. Not in a good way. I think I have to shop around for heated gloves. I think that would be the best option in my case. I did find some online. I just don't know how it works. Like, is it plugged in? Does it have a battery in it that lasts a certain amount of time? How long does it take to recharge? All kinds of questions. I think I'm gonna have to do some research on YouTube, because the great thing about YouTube when you're looking to buy something is you can see someone using it. You can see someone actually touching it and doing it. You see how big it is, the proportions. And if it's an honest YouTuber, then you get proper feedback. That's what I did for the scissor lift for my scooter. It took me almost a year before I made up my mind. And it was only when I saw people actually use it and I understood the concept behind it. There's other research to do, because I usually buy these things off Amazon, but you have to search the company name. Does it actually exist? Is it just some random Chinese person? I say Chinese because most of the time it is from China, because they produce it, so they can produce the same as someone else with a different brand name on it, and you don't know the quality of it. So when you get it from someone with a renowned name, even though it's still produced in China, because everything's produced in China, at least you have some sort of insurance, peace of mind, and also warranty. A lot of times bigger names have better warranties. If you buy some Black & Decker, well, you know Black & Decker is good. If you buy something called something or other, you're not sure. So, especially when you don't know the names for the product you're looking for. So I don't know who makes good scissor lifts. So I hope this OWT brand that I purchased, I don't remember what it stands for, but I've read that it's a brand that specializes in lifts, and you know, they have good reviews as a brand, not just the product, but as a brand itself, they have good reviews. So that's what I went for, and it was actually cheaper, less expensive. I think I'm on a one-way street now, and there's a bike path. There's no traffic behind me, so I'm not gonna bother. Oh, that was a hard one. I'm not gonna bother, but I could go on the bike path. But I think there's more ice on the bike path. Traffic behind me is pretty far, so I'm just gonna cruise control and warm up one of my hands on the way there, not worry about it. Drive in the middle where it's less icy. And of course, the moment you put your hand away to warm it up, there's a stop sign, so you need both hands. Great. I'm not gonna follow my Google Maps. It's telling me to go right, but from memory, it brings me to some very busy intersections. I'm gonna stay on Gouin Street for a while. I'm still some ways from home. Google Maps says I'm 18 minutes from my storage locker. And car is behind me, so I'm actually going to go on the bike path. There you go. There's a chance to warm up my hands. Stretch a bit, there we go. I can go forward because I'm a bike.